Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Soli, and if you are new here, please make sure to subscribe. I'm so grateful that you stopped by. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for subscribing and coming along. I get a lot of questions about this right up here, how I manage it, how long does it take for me to do. So I thought I would do a tutorial on how I do my hair and the process that it is. It is a very long process. 2 days before I actually did my hair, I went swimming, and I should have washed my hair that night, but I didn't. I forgot the next day that I'd gone swimming, so my hair was super just weird and I couldn't figure out why, and I realized it was because I had gone swimming. So I decided to do a quick apple cider vinegar rinse. I just put a little bit of raw apple cider vinegar in with the mother, and I didn't measure or anything, just a tiny bit at the bottom of the cup, and then water. Poured it into my hair while my hair was over the sink, and then I put a plastic bag in it and let it sit there. Now, you can do an apple cider vinegar rinse for I think 5 minutes, but I was doing things in between, like while I had it sitting in my hair, so I didn't really have time to let it sit for just 5 minutes. And you can look up all the benefits of an apple cider vinegar rinse. I just kind of am like, okay, I hear it's good for my hair, and it's made my hair really soft in the past, and since it was a little cray from the chlorine, I decided to just do that, which I do every once in a while, not every single time. And then after it sat in my hair for some time, I went to the shower. I use all Cantu products. I started with their shampoo, and I just squeeze a generous amount into my hand and then put it in at the roots and just really lather it onto my roots with my fingertips, massaging it in. Then I just rinse it out. Then I will run my hair under the water, like half of my head under the water, and let just all that water stream through my hair. Help me to like loosen it up with my hands a tiny bit before I put conditioner in. So when I put conditioner in, I just part my hair into 2 sections, and I will start with the back, or actually I generally start with the front when I do conditioner, and I just take it and put it in through the big sections, and then I kind of separate it off into smaller sections, and I just finger detangle my whole head of hair and just separate the little pieces. And I finger detangle because honestly, I used to use a brush, but that was when I lived with my parents before I got married, and then I got married, didn't have a brush, and realized that I didn't really need to buy a brush. I thought I would want a brush because I used to not like finger detangling, but finger detangling works just as well, and it's super simple because you don't need anything extra. And so I just finger detangle, and then I will scrunch all of that into my hair. I will twist off the section to help keep the moisture in, and then I will do the same thing to the other side. So I'll just let the water run through it, and then finger detangle it with a bunch of this conditioner. And after that, I will put it up on top of my head, let it sit in my hair while I finish the rest of my shower, and then I just let it out and rinse it all out for the most part. Sometimes I will leave a tiny bit in so you can still feel it like very soft, but definitely rinse most of it out. Okay, so I just had to re-wet my hair. It's been like 4 hours since I first washed it, which I don't usually have like that gap in between, but I had to leave and I ran out of time to finish. But Right after I get out of the shower, I squeeze all my hair out, and then I put a t-shirt in my hair while I get dressed, just to soak up some of the excess water. And I like it to be pretty wet but not soaking wet, and if it's too dry it will be frizzy and my style won't last as long, and if it's too wet then it will be really nice and curly but it will have like no volume. So I just re-wet my hair, squeeze it out a little bit, and I part it in half and then in half again on the side. And then I use all Cantu products again. So I'm trying to keep this hair wrapped around here. I use this Cantu Shea Butter Leave-In Conditioning Repair Cream. My hair isn't actually damaged, but this is just what I use as a leave-in. And so I just rake it through my hair like this. And lose a lot of hair. I'm like very rough with my hair, which I know I probably shouldn't be, because it probably makes me lose a lot more hair. But at the same time, since I wash my hair so infrequently, and I don't brush it or anything, I do have a lot of hair that falls out and it just sits in there. And then when I wash it, it all comes out, all that hair that's just been sitting there. And then usually I add the Cantu Shea Butter for natural hair, their Moisturizing Curl Activator Cream, this stuff, but I'm like all out. And it's currently quarantine time and I'm not gonna go to the store and buy curling cream, so I just use this random stuff that my mom got me like 2 years ago for Christmas, this Shea Miracle Moisture Intense Curl Pudding. And I didn't really like it at first, but because it kind of didn't really mix well with everything, but I kind of like it. It smells really good. And then I do the same thing. I just rake it through. I kind of scrunch it a little bit. I honestly have no idea if this does anything or makes any difference, but that's what they say to do. So that's what I do. I just repeat that with each section. I use really kind of a lot of this. I'll probably go in and use more of the leave-in conditioner. And that's all. My hair probably needs more water. I don't know if I could ever go without watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high. So I just went and put a tiny bit more water on my hair, just with my hands, because I felt like it just wasn't wet enough. It should be wet enough that you can like hear it, but not to where it's just like dripping, dripping, dripping. And because like I said, if it's not wet enough, it will be super frizzy and harder to run my fingers through, obviously. I started using less curling cream in my hair, just like a tiny bit. But since I'm using a different one, I'm just gonna try. Like last time I think I used kind of a big amount, and then just rake it through, scrunch it, and I almost forgot. I used the Cantu, it's also Shea Butter for natural hair, Define and Shine Custard. And it's very, I don't use it, well I guess I kind of use it a lot, I don't know. And it's like a very interesting, like gooey texture, but it works really well. And I sometimes try not to rake it through and just leave it like on the outside, because they say like you should just like make a cast on the outside of your hair. But I found for me, I just like raking it all through. This stuff is not very like, it's strong, but it doesn't leave like a cast or anything. It doesn't make my hair hard. So I don't know. I just like raking it all the way through and then putting a little bit more just on the outside. And scrunching it again as if that makes a difference, because I honestly have no idea. And then just repeat on the other side. It has taken me a very long time to figure out my hair and like the processes, and like just, I think the main thing is figuring out like what steps, like how wet does my hair need to be, or how dry does it need to be, because like, do I want more volume or do I want more curl, or like I used to put on the product while I was in the shower and my hair was soaking wet, which made my hair one way, and it all just depends on like how you put in the product, how much product you put in, how wet your hair is. It all just depends on how my hair will turn out. And I would really like to try new products someday other than Cantu. I have tried like Diva Curl, Shea Moisture, mostly name brand, but I just like to stick with Cantu because it is really cheap and it does give me good results. But I think it would be nice to try something else to see if they would give me like different results as well. Let the king of my heart be the mountain where I run. We worship you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, yeah. I also like when I'm raking through my hair and like coming back through, I like to try and like get smaller sections too and just like really pull them. I can't remember what the word is for the technique, but it's like some people will take like each individual like curl and like pull it and then it'll be like curly, which ain't nobody got time for that. But I do kind of like try to do that a little bit as I'm raking through, just to help the curls be happy and boingy. I feel like it's time to get like a haircut. Not a haircut, but just like a reshaping and trim, because I think I have some split ends, but that's not happening for a little bit. And I really like to try to get the bangs, like pull out the bangs, because they tend to get frizzy like the fastest, and then they're all like crazy. So just like pull at them so that they have curl. And then I just let my hair air dry. I don't usually use a diffuser because I just don't really like it as much as air drying for my hair. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it just looks funny after I diffuse it, but sometimes I do. I usually just like to let it air dry. I usually don't even have time to use a diffuser because basically every time I do my hair, I'm like rushing to finish it like I was today, and I didn't have time. But I'll probably show you tomorrow what it looks like after air dries, just because it's the evening time and I won't have time. to show you by the time it's all the way dry. It'll probably be late, but I usually, sometimes I'll let it dry with the bangs, but sometimes they're like too long and I need to be able to see, but sometimes I don't need to see, and then it's fine if they're on my face a little bit. I don't know. I try like letting it dry like all back so that my hair doesn't have like a part one way or the other, but then the bangs are like really wonky because they dry like back and then they just like stick out funny. So, but drying it or letting it dry to the side is usually what I do because it looks the best, and I usually have to go out in public when it's drying. And then I'm like touching it so much, but you're really not supposed to touch it that much so that it doesn't create frizz. This is 2 days. There's been 2 full days since the night that I washed my hair the other day, and this is the result. This is what it looks like right now. Definitely, it was a little frizzy, so I had to do a refresh. It definitely looks best, I think day 3. I don't know if you count the full days or how the hair days count, but the day after I first washed my hair and then the day after that are generally the best days, and I really need to invest in a like sleeping cap thing because I don't have one, and then I'm sure that does not help my hair keep as long. But this is it, just very curly and thick and crazy. And I really hope that you found this helpful in some way or another, or just very interesting. And it really is just trial and error. The main thing that I would do is to say figure out your curl type and then watch as many different YouTube videos as you can, and then just try different things. Just try Cantu or whatever, just try any products, try any different methods, because I've tried so many different things, and what I just showed you right now is what is working the absolute best for me. And the other thing I would say is you have to just learn to embrace your hair type and realize that your hair type is what it is. And I love curls, and it makes me so sad when people like just destroy their curls because they don't know how to take care of them. And I used to want, these big like loose locks, and I had to realize when I first started really learning how to do my hair only a couple years ago, honestly, I have this type of hair, not loose big locks, and that really helped me because when I realized my curls are tiny, they're tight, my hair is soft but it's not super silky, then I realized when I do my hair and find products that is what I need my hair to look like. And I really like my hair. I'm really grateful that I have curls. So please just like this video if you found it informative. Let me know what your curl type is, if you have a curl type. That is very interesting. I have 3C and I think a little bit 4A. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.